Hi, so this is a quick review of my Merrell Moab 2 boots. These are tactical boots from Merrell. I bought these boots new, but because I was traveling, I had to get rid of the box. But I haven't worn these boots yet. So these are my initial impressions. Front, again side, rear. So these are the boots. They were available in two colors. One was black, so I bought the black also, and this is the sand, or maybe the Mojave, Mojave, Mojave color or sand color. So I really like this color. I ideally wanted a size 11 for myself, but size 11 wasn't available, so I had to go with the 10. And I took a chance with the 10 because, as compared to normal sizing, the UK 10 here is 28.5 centimeters. So just shy of 29 centimeters. So these should be just about right for my feet. There is always certain additional half a centimeter space is always better, but this should be just about right. So the initial impression, I find that the boot is, even though it's a mesh and a synthetic mixed boot, but I still find that it's slightly on the heavier side, which is not a bad thing per se. We'll start with the sole. The sole, okay, so the sole, as can be seen, is a Vibram sole, which is always a good thing because, as some of you would know, Vibram only makes soles for boots and purpose built soles, so these are good. There is branding of Vibram on the sole. This is always a good thing. Also, the lug pattern, as you can see, is fairly spread out, so it will not be holding on to wet mud much and will be shedding mud as it moves through terrain, so which is always a good thing. The sole pattern is different to normal geometric patterns that you will generally find on other boots. The heel is not very well defined, but yes, it is there. There is a heel to the boot, which is always a good thing because this gives additional grip while climbing ladders. There is some branding on the sole. It says Merrell and Vibram here also. So this looks like a classic three-layer sole with a rubber outsole, which I've already shown you. All this is rubber, and then on top of that is this EVA. So it's got two layers. One is a rubber outsole, Vibram, and then EVA midsole. And the density of the sole is good, about 1 inch, which is always a good thing. More density means more cushioning, so this is nice. And on the inside there is a insole. So on the inside they've gone with the proper hiking boot insole. This is a orange color EVA insole again inside. So I think comfort wise this boot should be good. Up front you can see that the outsole comes onto the toes little high. So this should prevent abrasion on the upper of the boot, especially when one is kneeling or crawling. And on the rear also, the outsole comes really high on the boot. This should also prevent abrasion on the upper. Now coming on to the upper per se, the upper is, this material looks like leather. I think this might be leather. It feels like leather. So the skeleton to keep or to hold the foot is all leather, as can be seen, and in between there is this checkered pattern mesh cloth. This is all synthetic, so it's all synthetic here with the checkered pattern, and in between also, and the skeleton is all leather, so this should give a decent amount of strength. I find that most places there is single stitch, and on stress points there's double stitch also, which should be fine. Okay, so here it says that the boot is waterproof. In the camera it can't be seen properly, but here it says that it is waterproof. I'm happy that these are waterproof. So these are waterproof boots, but on the inside I do not find any Gore-Tex lining, so this must be something which is probably specific to the Merrell line. They must be using their own kind of waterproofing lining on the inside. The loops for the laces are all synthetic, and the zipper is YKK with plastic. This part is metallic, all this is plastic. And to keep it waterproof, inside the zip also they have this piece of cloth to prevent water from getting inside, which is a good touch. It has some branding on the tongue. It says Merrell. Thankfully they've not gone with contrasting colors, so they've kept it good for uniform purposes. The boot looks kind of okay, but I think there is too much of design, or maybe although this skeleton of leather which they've created is functional, but I think there's too much happening. Had they made it slightly cleaner, I think the boot would have looked better. But in this color, it kind of all comes together and makes one single blob. So from a distance, I don't think too much of this design will be seen. There are these holes here. I don't know if these are vents, because if this is a waterproof boot, then these can't be vents. But there are holes on the leather, or perforations, as can be seen here. The front is a hard wearing rubber toe, and similarly on the behind also they have this hard wearing rubber here, but then on top of that is leather. So ideally the rubber should be on the outside and the leather on the inside, but somehow this is strange. So this is my initial review of the boot. I like the look of it, and I like that it's slightly heavy. Thank you.